is.
I don't know who is, but I don't feel like I am. I could be totally wrong. I don't feel like I am.
You're not.
In the other case, I have no idea. I could, if theoretically, he could stay and I could be up next week then. If Dick wins HOH next week, I can say for myself, not to say that I'm playing selfishly and playing for personal motives, which I'm not. I will certainly play the game to protect those I care to protect and the people I feel close with and have bonds with, no doubt about it. But I can say factually, this is week 2, and in week 3, if person A is HOH, I will not be going up. If person B is HOH, I don't know if I'll be going up.
Eric, I don't think you're going to go up with anybody. Seriously, I don't.
I don't think you're right. I think that I
don't think there's anyone gunning for you.
I think I'm being represented in the feel of the house slightly inaccurately, so there'll obviously come the week that everyone says, well, if he's going to continue to, not say I hate this person and I love this person, then we got to get rid of him.
Oh, I can see what you're saying. The house is going to make you eventually.
It'll be a either come with us or you're screwed type of ultimatum will come
right, but
ultimately.
That's not this week. That's not week 3.
Well, we saw last season that that the two alliances commonly agreed to put up people outside of their own alliances for their own benefit and said, we'll fight it out later and we'll try and target other people or whatever. That's how you end up with Diane and Nokomis and Chicken George up in the first, 3 weeks and not Will and Boogie. And look what happened there.
Right.
Will and Boogie were there till the end of the game because people targeted the wrong people, because they targeted people that were never coming after them in the first place, because people overthink it. People need to boil it down to who is a specific threat to me right now and take out those people. And what you're saying is Dick is a specific threat to you right now, and this is your shot, and you want to take him out. And I think that that's the right thing to do if you feel that he's your target, because people sit here and they think about it, think about it, and before you know it, you'll be saying, I need to get Dustin out of the house. And it'll be like, why? Dustin's not going to do anything to you. And people spin it in any way they want to spin it. The fact of the matter is, if someone makes you feel unsafe, you should do everything in your duty to make sure that that person is not here to mess with you. And you don't feel safe with him here, and I completely understand that.
Evil told me I have one pass, and then he's coming after me. One pass, though, that means one vote when I go on the block, and one, if he gets HOH, he won't put me on the block. That could be 4 weeks from now.
The only thing I would question is, and I know you seem to feel that he has these grand relationships, but I just only question is, where is his clout in the house that he's going to be able to do something, unless he specifically is in charge, to adversely affect you?
It's a good question. You're saying
I'm saying, who is he in this person's ear so much that if they win HOH, they're going to come after you or come after Jen or come after whoever his hit list may be, if it's not him personally? Because I don't think it's going to be him personally, because I don't think he's going to win personally. So the question is, do you think he has people that he has this keen of a bond with, that he's calling the shots? Because if not, then it doesn't matter what he says or what he wants, because he's not going to get it anyway.
Right. Good point. Good point, Eric. Seriously. Before, when I had my talk with him yesterday, I didn't know where Jessica laid, if he had influence over her. I didn't know if he had influence over Jamaica, so I'm thinking, okay, there's 2 people that...
Right.
And then I got Evil, so there's 3. Amber.
I believe that's true. I believe that's true.
There's 4. If Amber is, then there's Destin. There's 5 people that he has control over. Oh, and Danielle. Absolutely, Danielle. 6 people that Evil has influence over.
What do you feel about his...
That's a lot of people.
What do you feel about Nick? Do you think he has a relationship with Nick, a pull with Nick?
I think Nick is going to get himself in trouble. I think Nick he's going to have to... I don't know if I trust Nick. I don't know if Nick is saying one thing to Danielle and doing another thing.
You think he might have one too many balls in the air?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Juggling
saying.
a couple too many different stories.
I don't think he is right now, but he might later.
Yeah. So I don't know. So if you think about it, in my mind, I'm thinking there's Evil, Jessica, Jamaica, Dustin, Amber, and Danielle. There's 6 people. That is a lot of numbers.
He doesn't have control over me. by the
That's
way.
nice to know.
Yeah.
But this is before, this is what I thought before until today.
Making sure you weren't still thinking.
The
No.
only one
So
who does
I'm
is the
thinking-
person who programs her.
Shut up.
And that happens in the storage room every morning. She has no control over who she aligns with or how she votes. They just punch it in, and she has to go do her marching orders.
So I'm thinking there's a lot of numbers. I'm thinking there's 6. That's almost, there's 13 people in this house. That's half the house that he has influence over.
Right.
And that leaves Eric out there.
Well, Eric's out there with
That I
everyone.
don't know.
Eric's out there with everyone.
You know? So that is my
But you know
thinking.
what? All I can say is last week I was approached with a similar scenario in which I was the vote to keep Carol to save her, and the vote was 10-1. And I had a similar at-length conversation in which I was specifically told the various reasons about what
Yes.
everyone was doing and how these people were guaranteeing this, and this was that, and these ones were in the bag. And I similarly said, well, I would like to speak with both people. And I never found out that it wasn't potentially going to be 5-5 and that my vote might have not actually been the tie-breaking vote. And at the end of the day,
Right.
having not had any follow-up conversation or knowing what was going to happen, I sat there and was it 6-5 with my vote meaning anything? Nope, it was 10-1 with only our current HOH floating off in La La Land.
And that's exactly why we don't want that to happen this week. That we need to communicate and start trusting some people. That's exactly why we're talking now. So, so that's
Well,
not going
okay,
on.
but let me ask you this. So I know your pitch as to why you think that Dick should be the one to go. Let's say that myself or other people, potentially ultimately felt otherwise. Are you going to listen to the pitch as to why there
will
are
listen.
merits to the other side of it? And I'm not saying this is going to be the case. I could speak with them and say, you're 100% right, done deal, it's over. But, if there is another side to it, are you a willing listener to the other
Absolutely.
side of it?
Absolutely.
Because I'm
Do
certainly...
you have another side? Because I can't see it.
I don't think that I'm entirely have all of the information I need to have to articulate it right this minute, but I'm hoping that after, maybe tomorrow afternoon, hopefully I will be able to still well in enough time of this all happening and what have you.
And this is why I'm open, Eric, because Evil promised me I get 1 free pass.
Right.
He's made it no secret that he's out to get me.
Right.
That's not a secret.
And of course, anyone would feel safer without people who are personally
Right.
saying, I want you out of the
Yeah.
house. Of course, at the same time, I would say there is one thing of if there's 10 people saying this or 5 people saying this, there's another thing if there's one lunatic
Yeah.
saying it.
So, right.
You can only give
Right.
him so much respect and clout as what he's capable of getting done.
Right. It does me no good to go up to Evil and say, Evil, I'm after you when I have no backers.
Well, right.